Hi, my name is Madison and welcome back to House of Harmony. So, I have some really great, exciting news for you all. So, if you watched my last video, I was contemplating about whether I should go to France to do this singing competition. By the way, in case you didn't watch it, I am a classical singer, particularly interested in opera singing, or to stay here at home and do the smart thing. Well, I just decided to say, F it, and this feels like the path that's within my heart that's telling me to go and have this experience and really grow as a person and follow what passions I have in this particular lifetime. And that's Forte, by the way. I'm gonna go deal with him for a second. Okay, so I'm much more of a dog person, but I try to love the cats. I try. Anyways, so I'm going to France and I am doing this competition, which I'm really excited about, and I'm looking forward to working towards brushing up on all of my repertoire that I'm going to be presenting at this competition. And also, I've never been to France, and I'm going to be flying from Boston into Paris. And I'm staying with a friend there for an evening and then catching a train to the city where the competition is being held, which is Avignon. So it's going to be a week-long trip, and regardless of whatever happens in the competition, it's going to be great because it's going to be an experience I'm going to learn from, and I'm also giving myself the opportunity to be heard in a different platform, and also to see myself in a new light and gain so many downloads and realizations from whatever happens. So with that being said, I want to bring up the point, or the teaching, if you must call it, that the only way you are really able to have these sort of experiences is if you are willing and have the faith in the possibility of changing your habits, your cycles. That is the only way that we as humans, as souls, really expand, is giving ourselves these opportunities to experience something new. And this is what I really realized as I was finalizing this decision to, book the plane tickets over to France, is that my biggest fear in life, and I have told many people this when the question came up, what's your biggest fear in life? Mine has always been letting fear make my decisions for me. And I realized that I was very close to letting that happen. I was very close to letting my fears and insecurities about needing approval and validation and support from external circumstances and people to feel comfortable in the choices that I was making for myself, that I believed that were the best things for me. So a lot of this wisdom usually, or realizations, comes after, the moment that you do decide to make these decisions, and you say, in hindsight, what I learned was this and that. And so that is what I want to share with you, is that life is about expansion. It is not always about feeling good. So what this means is that we're going to come across challenges and catalysts within our life here on planet Earth as human beings that are going to give us the opportunity, that serves us in a way that we are going to gain insight on who we are through the choices that we make, depending on the circumstances that we are thrown into. We have to realize that these circumstances that we are in are a mixture of both our own creation and the blueprint that we chose for ourselves before incarnating on this planet for this lifetime. So when we are thrown into situations or into predicaments where we have two choices in front of us, and we are saying, well, why did I even create this experience in the first place? You have to take under consideration that, as I mentioned in my previous video, that your higher self is giving you these challenges so you are able to step up to the plate and prove to yourself how powerful of a being, how powerful of a creator you are, and that all of this is designed to serve you in knowing yourself more fully as an expansive being, as a divine being, as a being with unlimited capabilities, that there is no finite to anything that we are wanting to experience on this planet at this time or in future lifetimes. So it's not about trying to focus on, well, why am I being put in this position in the first place? But it is the opportunity for you to say, who is the type of person that I want to be? And you have to look at your external circumstance and say, is this reflecting the type of being, the type of person I see myself, the highest, fullest, most powerful, beautiful, expansive, creative being that I desire myself to be? This you can call it this being of love and light if you want to go down the woo-woo train with me. So you are going to be faced with choices in life that are going to offer you the opportunity to stay in the route of habit, stay in the route of, these are the decisions I make all the time because I believe this and this and this. Or you can choose a different route. You can choose to break the habitual cycle of, maybe it's your daily routine, maybe it's your hard packed belief system that you've been holding on for a while. It could be, you taking a different route of dispelling a fear or a concern or a perspective of lack. And in my particular case, what my higher self was offering me was an opportunity to change a habitual cycle that I may have been putting myself towards in the future, meaning the habitual cycle of just consistently worrying about student loans that I have to pay off, and consistently worried about, working enough to support myself and the other things that, are important to me. This habitual route that was going to ultimately distract me from other passions that I have in life, including opera singing. And so up came this opportunity for me to travel, to sing, to have a completely new experience, basically, in knowing myself. But it came at a cost. And I think that's the most important thing to realize, is that your new experiences cost you your own belief systems. They cost you your old habits and your old habitual thoughts, your own cycle of behaviors and daily routines. And that is the price you pay in order to experience yourself in a new, enlightened light. One of my favorite quotes that I came across was that the true unlimited lies in the unknown. And the unknown is our ego's greatest enemy. The unknown is this, this abyss where it is the process of creation. And the ego can only exist in speculation of the future based off of past experiences. So when we talk about the unknown, we are kind of dismissing our ego, and it's saying, hey, we don't know how to control this situation because the unknown or the thing that you might be choosing, we have no information to go off of to make predictions about how it's going to turn out. However, as beings of expansion and consciousness, that is our ultimate goal, is to know ourselves in a completely new experience and perspective. So when we are given this opportunity to step into that new light, our ego is going to have a backlash. So then we are faced with a predicament, being like, all right, we have two different perspectives here. We have the perspective of control and knowing about the future based off of our habitual experiences, based off of a formula that we have been following over the last, could be months, could be days, could be years, our personality, how we choose to go about discerning what's best for us in life. And then our second choice is to say, fuck it. I'm just going to, try something new. Or you say, I like the sound of this. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but what I can do is stay towards the positive and know myself as the creator of all this, and know myself as a being who expands through experience. And these new experiences are ultimately only coming through fruition when we make space for them. And as I said before, the only way we can make space for them is letting go of old things that no longer serve us when we step into the light of our new perspective or these new experiences of ourselves. So after having this realization about myself and making this choice to ultimately choose the unknown and choose what really resonated with myself, regardless of having any clue about how anything's going to turn out, whether in my favor or not, I was inspired to really look at my daily life and see where I could make more room for surprises and make more room for breaking habitual cycles of things that I do on an everyday basis because it's a comfort thing. And I'm not trying to say that comfort isn't good, but we need to give ourselves the opportunities, not only on the large scales and the big decisions in life, but in everyday circumstances, for us to really know ourselves in a different way in as many opportunities as possible. And this is how we break the egoic, habitual thought patterns and behavioral patterns that we need to break in order to make this shift into a new dimensional paradigm, is to know ourselves not as our personality, to know ourselves not as our thoughts, to not know ourselves as, the experiences and the emotions that have been tied to them, to know that those are interchangeable, that those are choices that can be let go. Yes, some of them are harder to let go than others, but ultimately we can do that. And the only way we can do that is giving ourselves the opportunity to make a different choice and starting on, the small stuff. Like maybe you choose to go to a different cafe just because. Maybe, for your lunch hour during, your work week, instead of going to hang out with the same people you always do, maybe you ask another person to go have lunch with, or maybe go sit outside by yourself and enjoy the sunshine rather than sitting indoors in the cafe. Who knows? You may run into a new friend. You may actually get some insight from the energies that are being given to you in the sunlight that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise had you just stayed inside and done your habitual thing. Maybe in the evening time, instead of watching your favorite show, you find a new TV show to watch, or you pick up a new book, or you actually choose to go out with your group of friends that invite you to go out every Wednesday instead of saying, no, I'm really, really tired. Giving yourselves the opportunities to experience newness, to have different perspectives and experiences in life on the smaller scale will help you feel supported and empowered to make those big decisions when something comes up, like starting a new job or moving to a completely new place in life, or choosing to stand up and be in your truth against, people who maybe expressing opposing beliefs or behaviors. And so this is the work that we can all do. So all I want to recap with is that your new perspectives, your new experiences, and your insight and wisdom you gain from these cost you your old habits and your old belief systems. So with that being said, I encourage you all to find the little things in life that you can give awareness to and ask yourself, do I want to make a different choice? Do I see something that resonates more with me? And when you do, all of these things, all of these little things will add up incrementally for you to realize that that is how you do change your reality from old and boring and tired and same old to new and exciting, and from a place of appreciation and from a place of love, and you see the world in a place of light and wonder. So with that being said, thank you so much for listening to my rant, and until next time, I love you.